Hi, my name is Sav. I'm a 24-year-old transmasculine guy from Wisconsin, and I'm 8 months on testosterone. Um, I was supposed to make a video like every month, but I haven't made a video since January, so I apologize to anybody who's following my page. Subscribe to this channel, or anybody who follows me on social media. I haven't been doing the best job of keeping up, but I am making this, so hopefully that helps. I had a couple questions come in over Tumblr, and I wanted to get those out of the way right away before I start rambling. One of the questions I got was, how do I feel mentally now compared to how I felt 1 month on T? When I was 1 month on T, things were still very new, because I was only 1 month on T. I felt like my mood was very up and down. I had a hard time controlling my anger. I would get really sad about certain stuff, but I wasn't able to cry. I'm still not really able to cry, but I deal with it better now, so it's fine. But I just felt really up and down. I had a hard time controlling my emotions, and I had a hard time distinguishing between my emotions because I would often experience multiple emotions at once. But that I was also on too high of a dose starting out. I started out at 0.5 cc intramuscular weekly, and then got moved down to 0.4 about 2 months in. So now I feel really good. I feel really stable, and everything is good. I'm on a good dose. Everything's good. Somebody asked if my voice dropped. My voice dropped a lot. My voice started dropping like the first week I was on T. If you want to compare for yourself, I've got older videos on this page going back to like 6 weeks on T, and if you go onto my Instagram, I have comparisons from like my first day on T to like, I think the last one I did was 7 months on T. So you can definitely hear a huge difference in my voice. Somebody asked if it was easier for me to exercise and easier to stay toned despite my appetite changing. My appetite didn't change the way a lot of people's do. I know a lot of people just said that they were hungrier in general. I don't necessarily feel like I eat more because I already ate a lot pre-T, but I feel like, I don't know, when I'm hungry, it's a very, like, sudden thing. It's not like, I'm kind of hungry, I could go for some food. It's like, I'm hungry, and I'm hungry now, and I need to eat now, otherwise I'm going to be really upset. I think I eat about the same. I exercise a lot, and I did pre-T. It's a little easier in a sense that, like, it's easier for me to retain muscle, so I feel like I'm definitely, like, my body is, I'm getting more results from the work I'm putting forth. That being said, I'm also putting on a lot of muscle really fast, and a lot of times, like, I get really achy, like, my muscles hurt, my joints hurt, my bones hurt. I'm just exhausted. So in that sense, it's not really easier to exercise because it's just like a different type of tired. I felt like when I exercised a lot pre-T, I would get sore, but a lot of it was just like, I would get mentally drained before I was physically drained. And now I can push myself harder, but like when I'm physically tapped out, it's harder for me to like want to get back up and do it again. I don't know. It's really hard for me to explain. But I have to work. And my job is exercising, so I have to exercise regardless. Got another question. Do I feel like a different person? Yes and no. I feel more myself. I feel more comfortable. I feel more confident. I'm less inhibited. I'm more willing to take risks. And I feel like that just has a lot to do with, like, my social dysphoria is down a lot because I don't really get misgendered anymore. The light's kind of hard to see in here, but, like, I have a visible, like, little stash thing going. I have, like, visible chin hair. My hands look very vascular, and my arms look very manly. My body shape has changed a lot. I've I've gone up one shoe size. I've gotten an inch taller. My shoulders are much bigger. I don't know. I carry myself differently because I'm generally feeling better about a lot of things. Everything's just bigger, and I went from being shaped kind of like I was pretty square to begin with, but it was more of like a gradual, and then my hips would get bigger, and now it's kind of like a just slightly the opposite, where like my shoulders are just bigger than like my waist, instead of my waist being just bigger than my shoulders. Oh, some things I want to touch base on. I mentioned in my previous videos that I had a lot of bathroom dysphoria. That has subsided quite a bit. It's actually pretty easy now for me to, like, I can either use, like, single stall bathrooms, or I can go into, like, large bathrooms where there's lots of noise and feel comfortable, like, using the restroom. I still struggle a little bit with, like, bathrooms that are, like, a stall and, like, a urinal and a sink, just because someone else might be in there and it's a very small space. Yeah, but that's gotten a lot better. My anxiety's gotten a lot better. My asthma's gotten better, but my immune system's gotten worse. So on a day-to-day basis, I can breathe better, but I've been getting sick more often than I normally do. I'm getting sick more often than I normally do, but I am less sick than I was last year. Because last year I would get sick every couple months, and it would be like, I'm in the hospital sick. But, yeah, no emergency room this year. I went to urgent care a couple weeks ago because I had an upper respiratory infection, but it didn't reach the point that I needed to be in the ER, and, like, they didn't have to put me on breathing treatments, so that was cool, even though it sucked. Yeah, oh, and I had a top surgery party last month. Hosted a dance party, even though I don't really dance. I hosted a dance party at the local cooperative bar and raised about $700, which is a good start. So I was pretty happy about that, and I'm hoping to actually do some more fundraising locally in the next couple months. So at least maybe I can knock out like a couple thousand, at least two. Okay, yeah, and also wanted to say that I'm probably moving in like 2 months across the country, which I don't really want to disclose the details right now, but maybe closer to the time, I'll tell you all where I'm moving and maybe meet some new friends in said state. But that is all from me, trying to make this a tiny bit shorter than my previous videos, but I'm getting close. So, goodbye, and maybe ask me some questions, and hopefully I can get back to you sooner than 4 months. Okay,